Okay, my first question is describe yourself in one word.
Magician. Health
Okay.
magician. Done.
Okay. How would friends and colleagues describe you?
Always smiling.
Okay. If not your present profession in your career, what was your second alternative or what would have
Magic.
been your second magic? Okay. And if not magic and doctor, anything else that you had in mind?
Healer and a speaker, maybe.
Okay. Nice. What do you do when you're not working apart from doing magic and treating people and making them
Well,
healthy?
I read, write, learn, develop, and contribute and share. I feel rest of the things I feel it's all waste of time. I love exploring the world and traveling, of course, but I have to remind myself कि सब तेरे जैसे नहीं है, be with everything. And that is
Correct.
also normal.
Yeah. What is your favorite cuisine?
uh, well, I love all pani puris and chaats and soups.
Okay. Chaats and soups. Okay. What is your favorite holiday destination?
Krabi.
Krabi. Okay. Which is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Lucy and Baby's Day Out.
Okay. And what do you see when you look back today?
What do I see when I look back today? Ah,
So this was also one of my question, Dr.
yes,
Pallavi,
yes,
that
yes.
you've come a long way in your career, right? Both as a magician and as a doctor. How does it
Hmm.
feel having come so far, and where do you go on from here?
Please repeat.
Okay. My question is, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. My question is, you've come a long way in your career, both as a magician as well as a doctor. There are two parts
Hmm.
to the question. How does it feel at the current moment, and where do you go from here? What next do you do? What bigger plans you have for your future?
I feel nothing happens by chance,
Hmm.
and I certainly feel blessed. And now I want to connect the two. So hence
Okay.
I call health magician. Feeling complete and completing the circle there.
And do you also plan to bring in the energy science into your healing and
Yes,
magic?
yes,
Okay.
yes, certainly.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, being a magician is your passion, right? And by profession, you are a doctor. So, one of the elements that we generally ask youth and people ask us is how important is to balance the passion and profession. And while you do that, what are some of the challenges that you face?
Okay. Well, I feel that where there is will, there is always a way. There would be challenges. I don't believe in, putting things into the box. I'm a very, very reflex person. So if at all I believe in the guidance. So if at all I'm doing something and I get a call for something, and if my inner guidance says that take this as an opportunity or whatever, I will step in there. So I believe in keeping flowing, keeping yourself aligned, and staying happy anyway, and reminding yourself that it is all happening, in the right divine order. Right things are happening in your life the right time. But at the same time, all these concepts apart, life is mechanical, and when you are passionate about something, you have to keep it alive, because people around you will not talk about it as much always. Because like if I have my kids, they will have their own demands, my patients will have their own demands, my husband will have his own demands, and my friends and families will have their own perspective. So I make sure that it is in my structure, you know and I see it every day on my wall or somewhere wherein my energy keeps flowing there, and I have to keep it going because that gives me power. It is my oxygen, and it certainly, you know, you know, what uplifts me, and only then, if I am happy and uplifted, I can contribute in the lives of others. So that's how I would like to put it.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful perspective. So this brings me to my next question, which is slightly related.
Mm-hmm.
When we read about you, right, your journey as a magician, your journey as a doctor. So obviously, one word that comes to mind that you are a successful doctor, you are a successful magician. So what is success to you? What does success mean to you? How do you look at it? And would you say that yes, I am today successful?
Well, as per the books, as per the theory, there are so many definitions of success, but yes, I feel I am successful, certainly, because I have evolved as a person, and everything in my journey has, taken me the next level. It is a learning and growing together. Um, Success for me is feeling complete within, that you give a word to yourself and you are staying true to that, and and you are feeling happy for who you are, what you are, and what you are up to. So for me, it's like feeling complete, and in all the dimensions of life, and balancing, whether it is family, whether it is work, whether it is any area of life. So you feeling at peace with where you are, in mind, body, and spirit.
So I've heard people talking about mind, I've heard people talking about body, but obviously spirit is something that we kind of forget, and that is what I
Yes.
think sometimes keeps the mind and body also together.
Yes. Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That is one of the most key thing I believe now.
Okay, okay. Great, great. Okay. Now, and this is a difficult question, not because the question is difficult, but because obviously it is not, I would say, one of the question that people like to answer. So let's say you are gone from the world, right? And one day we will all go from the world. How would you want to be remembered when you're gone? What kind of a legacy would you want to leave behind for your family and for other people around you?
Hmm. I want my death to be celebrated, and I want to be known as a magician of health and well-being, and giving access to people to tap the magic within them. So that's what I feel uh, will make me feel complete.
That's a very
Yes.
candid and off the book answer because we've spoken to a lot of people, and when it comes to legacy, most of the time people go by the bookish definition of how they want to remember. But thank you for sharing that. My last question, Dr. Pallavi, for you is the purpose we're writing this book is to kind of take all of these positive stories to the younger generation, especially the millennials and the centennials, right? Now, obviously, technology has evolved, people are evolving, but there is a lot of inspiration that people draw from real life stories, right? So, if you were to give one message to the youth of today, to the millennials and the sentinels, what will be your message for them?
Okay. Make your choices, day-to-day choices wisely. Do something that choose something that makes you feel good when you're doing it, and it is good for you. It is good for others, and it serves the higher good. These are the lines of Tony Robbins that I always remind myself, and I think they are so very important because youth today, we need to balance between short-term pleasures and long-term, and we believe that it is only one life, and we are going to die one day, so why not have all kinds of pleasures and die? But then I feel that no, we are creating karmas, and there is a karmic balance which needs to be taken forward. So when you are living your life, always we have two buttons here. One is the divine side and one is the devil side, and they are not like good and bad, but in that perspective. But it is like always making that choice, reminding yourself that okay, if we all have both the choices, and whenever I am hooked and I'm facing and going through challenges, I have to be firm enough and make my choices from the divine side or from the higher emotions, from the hope and connecting to. We have lost looking up in the sky and asking for guidance. We are so much driven today by only five senses. If I don't hear it, or if I don't see it, if I don't experience it by my five senses, I don't believe it. But we have to remind ourselves that in front of the universal forces we are nothing. So we have to at times just surrender and choose wisely. So yes, there is a way, and stay tuned, stay focused, enjoy and be happy with what you have, because otherwise the cravings can take you off track. So you being fulfilled where you are and then moving forward is certainly powerful, because in today's world there are so many options, so many choices, that at times it making choices may creates confusion. So that time we have to step back, look within, stay aligned, and choose wisely. And I would also recommend everyone to read my book along with yours. The Door to Confidence opens here, and it would definitely be an access for the younger generation.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think one of the relevant points that I take away from what you said as a message for young people is sometimes it is good to surrender. It is not always that you have to win and you kind of have to win over the other. Sometimes taking a back step can also give you peace of mind, at least in life, which is something that we all miss out.